everyone, and welcome to the One-Stop Co-op Shop. This is Colin, and today we are going to do a playthrough of Conquest of Planet Earth using the Apocalypse expansion. This is a blast from the past. Have you ever felt like you've played too many games that are new and you just want to go back and play a nice, light, simple game? That's this one. I found it pretty cheap online, so I would suggest if you see this and you like it, go ahead and look online. It's by Flying Frog. I don't even know if it's in production anymore, to be honest, but it is so much ridiculous fun, chucking dice, random encounters, random everything, and yet somehow I still enjoy it. My son also absolutely loves it. He's 6, and he loves taking out those humans. So today I'm going to show you how to set up and play a 2-player cooperative game of Conquest of Planet Earth using all of the items from the Apocalypse expansion. I hope you're excited. Let's jump in. One of the first things to decide as a 2-player game is how you want to set up your map. This is the general map setup, and we're going to go ahead and use this. You want to make sure to place your objective location. Now, when you're playing competitive, that will determine the end game from how I understand it. Cooperative, it doesn't have to, but I'm going to play it that in order for us to win, we have to take out Capital City. So this is our capital city. It's a total terror value of 5, which is awesome, and it has a resistance of 3. It does have an ability that says resistance here are +2 to their strength total. Just like any good Flying Frog Productions game, there's tons of decks of cards. So when you're playing this cooperatively, you can just shuffle up your space stuff, your resistance. Since we're playing with the Apocalypse expansion, we also have our coastal resistance and location cards. Shuffle them up, that's all you need to do. We also have a human tech deck that you will only use in the cooperative variant. Shuffle those up and you're set to go. And then you have your event deck. So your event deck, when you're playing cooperative, you want to split it into 2 different deck types. One that has these red boxes on the bottom of them, those are going to be used as events for the humans. And then these ones that don't have that, those are going to be the cards that we draw and use during the game. So make sure that you have these both shuffled up respectively and place them in 2 different areas so you don't get confused and draw one of these thinking that you can play this effect when in reality in the cooperative variant you only care about what's in this red box. Next, we can set up our human resistance board. We can either play on brutal or on normal. And I like to lose. So let's go ahead and do brutal. We're going to place this here, and then whenever we have the resistance turn, we'll just walk through these steps and move this up respectively. If ever we get to 10, we lose the game. We're going to be playing with 2 aliens. Technically, you can only play with 1 if you want, but I just really like playing with 2. Our strength value tells us what the strength is of each of our UFOs. Our intelligence tells us how many cards we get to draw during the draw phase of our turn. So the Troon get to draw 3, and the Fishmen of Ahhh get to draw 4. We each have a couple special abilities, and we each start with 1 Alien Menace token. The Troon here have ultimate toughness, and they have anytime a Troon would be destroyed, roll a d6. If I roll a 5 or higher, it's just a scratch, so they're not destroyed. And then we can spend an Alien Menace token, and we can have here at any time to add +1 to your roll for ultimate toughness or to your fight dice roll. This may result in a crushing victory. Crushing victory in this game is if you roll a natural 6. So if you roll a 6 in combat, even if normally you would totally lose, if you roll that 6, you automatically win. But that also works for the humans. Part of why this game is random fun. Our fishmen here are not as strong, but they have a little bit higher of intelligence 4. They have battle prowess. Your aliens win fights on a tie result. Normally, if there's a tie, you just have to redo it. If both sides would win on a tie, you just simply have it as a tie result. We also have sea dwellers. While at any water location, we get +1 strength. We can spend 2 menace tokens, and what we can do is release the land squid, adding an extra d6 to your alien strength total for a single fight round. If this roll is a natural 6, this also counts as a crushing victory. Cool. So let's go ahead and draw our cards. For the Troon, we have the Distraction. We have Eating Kittens, because why not? And we have We Come in Peace. Now, if any of these had play immediately, we need to play it right away, but we don't. Our Fisherman has Gear Up, and then we have the Contagion, which is also thematic, thanks COVID-19. Then we have I Don't Think So, and our final card will be a Dogfight. You can see that some event cards have a number in the middle here. That means it costs us an action in order to play that card. This one, there is no number, so it does not cost us an action to play. Also, ones that cost us an action can only be played during our turn. These ones that don't have that, we can play them even when it's our other alien team's turn. I'm also going to make the Troon green because they look green, and the Fisherman here will be blue. What we need to do now is place some human counters on the board. We need to place 1 on each of our player boards and 2 on the objective board. These counters are additional humans that are potentially on the board that we'd have to fight. How we determine where to place them is we roll a d6. So we rolled a 2, and then over here we have numbers, so 2 would actually be straight up here. So we'll place 1 right here, and we have Rangers. These Rangers have a strength of 4 and they win on ties. The Troon have a little bit of an uphill battle here to get to the capital city. We've got Rangers here, we've got an infantry here, we've got tanks over here by the Fishermen of Ahhh, and we have infantry over here. During the cooperative game, these tokens can potentially move around, and also when you're placing new tokens, if ever you place one token in the space where there's another one, it'll push one of the ones into the center space. And that can be bad for us because that would actually send one of the units to one of our home bases. And whenever we put out new UFOs, they'd have to fight and defeat that token. If they can't, well, then you can't get more UFOs on the board. So you've got to watch that. In a 2-player game, we need to collectively gain a total of 16 terror points. Now, this capital city will be worth 5. So we need to find 11 other terror points before we take on the capital city. If we can take on the capital city and win, we win the game. So with that, let's go ahead and start the game. To start off the game, you have to determine how many action points you will gain. Now, in this game, you gain action points by rolling dice. And whatever you roll, that's the amount of actions you get. Yes, I know. If ever you roll a 1, you gain 1 menace token and get to re-roll that die. And if you roll a 1 a second time, well, then you only get 1 action point. Our green die is for the Troon, and our blue die is for the Fisherman. Let's see how many action points we get. We get a 1 for the Troon, so that means we will gain 1 menace token, and we get to re-roll this. So let's see what we get instead. A 6. Wow, that is way better than a 1. And we get a menace token. Since the Fishermen only have 2 action points, they get to go first this round, and then the Troon will go second. We'll move into that action phase for our Fishermen. They can spend action points, 1 action point to move 1 UFO 1 space. You can never move a UFO 2 spaces or a space past an empty space. So if a space is empty, we have to stop there because we need to explore it. We can spend 2 action points to gain 1 alien menace token, or we can spend X action points each to play an event card depending upon what the cost is. Well, we know where we need to go. We need to go towards Capital City, so let's go ahead and move 2 of our aliens into this space. Since we only had 2 actions, we're done with the action phase. Let's go ahead and move to the battle phase. So we need to explore this location by drawing the top location card and fight anything that happens to be there. Our top location card is a fishing village. Hey, and we're the fishmen. So for each fight here, roll a d6. On the roll of a 1, 2, or 3, we have to use the coastal resistance if we roll a 1, 2, or 3. Or a 4, 5, and 6, we'll use a regular resistance. But this is a water location, so we're going to get +1 to our strength. So we have 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. That's what our strength is right now. You can see here it's worth 2 terror points, but here it means we need to defeat 2 entire battles, or fights, I should say, in order to conquer this location. You guys correct me if I'm wrong, but it says while at any water location, Fishermen of Ahhh are +1 strength. So I think that means each one is actually +1. So we're at an 8 right now. Let's go ahead and roll a d6 and we get a 6. And that means we'll use a regular resistance card. So let's draw our top resistance card and we have Angry Mobs. They are a 1 and they're soft. So right now we're an 8 to a 1. So we're pretty much guaranteed to defeat them. But don't forget, they and us can still have crushing victories if they roll a 6. So we'll be blue and the humans will be red. We are at 8 and that's a 6 by the way. So that's a crushing victory for us and a 1 toast. Done. We've completed our first combat. Let's go ahead and see about our second combat. We have a 3. That means we're going to draw from the coastal resistance deck. So let's draw our first one, and this is the U.S. Marines. So they are soft, which doesn't really matter unless you have certain abilities that affect you based upon the type of people you're going against, soft or hard. Just means maybe they're a little bit more crunchy versus chewy. That's what they say here. So we have a 4. We are at an 8. So we'll roll our 2 dice. We get a 5 and versus a 2. So 4 plus 2 is 6. 8 plus 5 is more than 6. So we just defeated the U.S. Marines. That means on this location, we get to place a conquest marker on it. And now we have earned 2 terror points. Only 14 to go. We end our turn by looking at the draw phase. We can discard up to 1 card from our hand and draw another event card, or up to our hand size. Our hand size is 3. I think I'm going to keep the 3 that I have. Let's go ahead and now move to the Troon. The Troon have a total of 6 action points. Let's move 2 to here, and let's move 2 to here for 4. And then for our final 2, we'll gain another Menace token, because that costs us 2 action points. Let's then go ahead and draw our 2 location cards, and our first one over here is a Tank Factory. At the start of each command phase, if not conquered, roll a d6. On a 4+, put a tank resistance counter into a random space on this board. Oh, and we have to get through 3 encounters at this location for that one. Okay, so we definitely want to take that one out, hopefully. And we have to take care of a token as well. Our other one will be a port city. So this one, for each fight here, roll a d6. On a roll of 1, 2, or 3, we have to use a coastal card. Okay, so we'll place this here. And that also is going to be 3 battles. Whew. All right, let's resolve this one first. First thing we need to do is fight these Rangers. These Rangers are only a 4. We currently are at an 8. They do win ties, though. So we'll roll this up. Oh, they have a 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. We have 8, 9, 10, 11. Beautiful. Still enough to defeat them. Now, with our factory, we will draw regular resistance cards. We'll draw our first one. Oh, we have a hero. Adds an additional +1 strength when helping in air resistance. So we have to keep drawing, and if we draw another card, it's going to add +2 to whatever they have. Now, I do have something, and I might use it. I think I'm going to. We're going to use Distraction. Play to discard a hero or superhero resistance just drawn and redraw. Beautiful. So we're going to get rid of that hotshot pilot. Instead, we're going to draw, oh man, we have army scientists here. They add +2, and then they add +1 strength at any of the tech locations, which this is a tech location. So that's going to add 3, and we still have to keep drawing because that's a hero. We also have the Riot Police. It's 2 strength. It adds +3 at any town, which this is a town. And it has wins fights on a tie result. So we're at a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's an 8 to an 8. It all comes down to the roll then, and we rolled a 1 for the humans and a 5 for us. 8 to 8, we added 5. They only added 1. Beautiful. Just took them out. Okay. That's our second battle here. Let's go ahead and see what our third battle is. We have a small town sheriff. He's going to add +2, actually +3 because this is a town, because of course it's a town. And let's see, we have, a 0. Gain +4 at any town location. So it's actually a 4, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 to an 8. Jeez, this location is tough. Okay, let's go ahead and give these a roll. And we rolled a 5 versus a 4. So we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 to 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Still enough. We defeated him. And that is our third encounter there. So we will place this here. We've just generated 2 more terror points. Those teenagers had no idea what was coming. Let's go ahead and do our port city next. We'll have to roll, remember, each time to see if we draw coastal cards or regular resistance cards. Let's give our die a roll, and we rolled a 4. So our first one is going to be a regular resistance card. And we just have a U.S. infantry army. That's a 3 versus our 8. Let's go ahead and roll our dice. We have a 6, crushing victory. Don't even care what the numbers are. We totally defeated them. All right, for number 2, we'll roll a number 2. That means we're going to draw from the coastal resistance deck. We have naval fighter bombers. Deadly. Gets a crushing victory on a 5 or a 6. Whew. Okay, and we are at 8 compared to the 5. So we're still winning right now. Let's see. He rolled a 6 and we rolled a 1. That's terrible. So normally what would happen is we'd lose one of our ships. However, we are the Troon and we are tough as nails. We get to roll 1 die, and on a 5 or 6, it's just a scratch, and it's a 2. So that means we're going to lose 1 ship. This will also mean that our strength will go down to a 4. And now we have to decide. We can run away if we wanted. We can run away because we have safe locations to run to, but I'm not the runaway sort of person. I'm going to attack again. Right now we're losing at a 5 to a 4, but you never know. We could roll for a crushing victory. Well, we each rolled a 3. So right now, unfortunately, they are beating us. However, we have a warrior's race. Use one alien token at any time to add +1 to your roll of ultimate toughness or to your fight dice roll. This may result in a crushing victory. Well, we've got 2. Let's go ahead and use both of those. That will get us a total of 2 more to our die roll result, which means we just defeated those blasted naval bombs. And by bombs, I mean bombers. So we just took him out. Let's draw our last one. Well, first we have to roll. Will it be coastal or regular? It'll be coastal. The coastal ones. Let's see. Oh no, we get Captain Fantastic. This is wonderful. His strength value is 6. He's bold. He gains +1 strength for each alien at this location. We only have 1, so he's a 7. Also, when he gets discarded, you shuffle the deck together. So they're currently at a 7 to a 4. Oh, and why don't we just add naval fighter planes too? That is 7 plus a 6. What is that? 13? We're so dead. 13 to a 4. This is when we hope that we can get a crushing victory of a 6. Come on. No, we rolled a 1. They totally killed us. Unfortunately, we didn't take over this location. This deck will now get shuffled, the coastal resistance, and the port city remains uncontrolled by us. At the end of our turn, we can discard 1 card. Although eating kittens is pretty hilarious, I don't want to spend 5 action points on a card. Are you kidding? So I'm going to discard that. That means I only have 1 card left in my hand. So I'll draw 2 new cards, and we have Gear Up and Gear Up. We can get some space stuff cards. We've completed the alien portion of our turn. We have a total of 4 terror points. Not enough to win the game. We need 16. So we'll go ahead and move to the resistance phase. First thing we have is draw a resistance event card. So let's go ahead and draw this top card, if I can draw a single card. And we look at the bottom here. Roll a d6 for every conquest marker on the board with no alien there. Remove the marker on a roll of 1. Ha! We don't have to worry about that. We don't have any of those yet. So I'll just discard that and don't worry about it. Then we have to check for location liberation. If there was a token on a location that we conquered, that we didn't have any of our aliens there, they would take over that location. Don't have to worry about that. Then we have to move the human tech track. So we're going to move this to this space here. If ever this gets to a 10, they make this supersonic weapon and blast us from the sky. So that's how we lose the game. Since this spot is red, we have to place 1 new resistance token on each spot on the board. I'll do that in a second. Finally, if any of the resistant tokens could move or had a barrage, we'd activate those, and then we roll for a tech breakthrough. What we do is we look down here. We're at the area of 1, so we have to roll 1 die, and if we roll a 6, then on that 1 die, if we roll a 6, we draw the top card of our human tech. We've placed our tokens. We have an infantry unit here. We got these paratroopers here, and we have a fighter bomber over here. Now let's roll 1d6, and we rolled a 5. Oh, if that had been a 6, we would have already drawn our first human tech. No, we're good there. That will end turn 1. Let's go ahead and move to turn 2. Let's start that next round by rolling to see how many actions we get. Are you serious? The Troon will gain 1. We've got 2 again. The Troon will gain 1 of their Alien Menace tokens, and we'll get a total of 2 actions. Wow, we each only have 2 actions. That's pretty horrendous. The Troon, I think, are just going to spend both actions to play our gear up. We're going to draw 2 space stuff cards. Our first space stuff will be Dr. Zednar. Ooh, this is one of the additional items here. Let's go ahead and grab him. I think this is him. We're going to place him in our deployment zone, and he gives us 3 strength. Each time Dr. Zednar wins a fight, place an Alien Menace token here. These tokens may be used as normal. If destroyed, discard the tokens that are here. So he can help us every time he helps defeat or wins a fight, which, by the way, that's not a battle, that's a fight. Cool. So we have that out on the table. Our second one will be Menacing Bug Eyes. Don't look at its eyes. At the start of each of your turns, gain 1 Alien Menace token. Cool. We only have 1 card left in our hands, so let's go ahead and draw 2 more. We have Spoils of the Conquest. Gain 2 Alien Menace tokens after you win a fight. And we have this one, play at any time to look at the top 3 cards of a resistance deck and then place them back on top in any order. Cool. With only 2 actions on this side, our fishermen will go ahead and try and take out these tanks as well as whatever is here. So that's our 2 actions. Golly. Let's go ahead and draw our location. Okay, this doesn't look terrible. If demolished, an alien at this location is destroyed on a d6 roll of 1 or 2. It's an oil rig. We have to draw from the coastal deck, but we also get +1 strength because it's another water location. So that's actually awesome. So we're an 8 compared to this tank of 5. Let's go ahead and fight that first. 8 to 5, and don't forget we win on ties. Whoa, they'll roll a 5. 5 to 5 is 10, and we have 8, 9, 10, 11. Beautiful. We just took out this tank. Now let's go ahead and draw a single coastal card. We have the U.S. Marines. They're soft. So they're a 4 to our 8. Let's roll our dice up. 5 plus 4 is 9. 8 plus 2 is 10. Just took out the U.S. Marines. No problem. So far, these fishmen have been pretty awesome. They've got 4 total terror points. We've got 2 more over there, so that's a total of 6. We're going to end our turn by discarding this contagion. I don't think I'm going to use that. Let's go ahead and draw a new one, and we have the Harvest Slaves. Play when your aliens win a fight against soft resistances. Terror point +1, and that remains in play. Cool. That was a quick round. Let's go ahead and draw a resistance event card, and we have until the start of the next resistance phase, roll a d6 for every ability used that requires alien tech tokens, or alien menace tokens. It is canceled on a roll of 4+. I think I'll take that one. I don't think that's terrible. I do have something that can cancel, and that's why I'm thinking about it. Location liberation we don't have to worry about. Move up on the human track. We're at number 2. No resistances move, no barrage. We roll 1 die for breakthroughs. Let's see, we'll roll it here. We got a 2, less than a 6. We're good to go. Let's start that next round. Let's see if I can roll better than a 2 for actions. There we go. We've got 5 for our fishmen, only 2 though for the Troon. Since the Troon have less actions, we will have them go first. They gain 1 menace token due to their bug eyes. Then we can use 2 actions. And I think we're going to push on. We're going to move both of these here. I know I'm taking a risk because we don't have any other ships out other than Dr. Zednar here. And of course, Dr. Zednar is not helping us here. But I need to roll a few more actions before I can do anything for that. So let's go ahead and draw our location card. And we get, oh yes, of course, the Rolling Hills. It's 0-0. Doesn't give us anything. However, we do still have to fight that infantry. It's a 3 compared to our 8. 3 to 8. Let's give them a roll. Okay, we rolled a 3. They only rolled a 2. We definitely took out the infantry. But we didn't gain any more conquest. I will, though, play Spoils of Conquest. Play when your alien wins a fight to immediately gain 2 alien menace tokens. I'll go ahead and gain 2 more menace tokens. That will give me a total of 4. And then during our draw phase, we'll just draw 1 card. I like my other 2 in my hand. And we have this cost 2. Choose a board section and roll a d6 for every resistant counter there. On a roll of 4+, that counter is destroyed. It's an apocalypse. Gain 2 alien menace token for each counter destroyed this way. That is cool. Our fishmen have a total of 5 actions. Our first one, we're going to gear up. Draw a Space Stuffs card. And we have the Crux Terrestrial Warlords. So this is another one of the actual miniatures. The Crux may roll an extra fight die and choose which to use. Oh, that's cool, and it's a strength of 4. We have 4 more actions. Let's go ahead and move this tank to here, plus one of these aliens, so that's 2. And our other 2, we're going to go over here by these paratroopers. Let's then draw our location card for where our paratroopers are. They're in a hydroelectric dam. This is another water location. So these are 4s, which is amazing. If demolished, roll a d6 for every adjacent location. It is also demolished on the roll of a 3+. Holy moly. Demolished is something where you can actually blow up locations. They don't give you VP, but then they also can't generate more, you don't have to fight them. So in co-op, I don't seem to demolish stuff very much because I want their terror points. So first, we will have to fight the paratroopers here, but then we will take on 2 cards there. These paratroopers aren't that challenging. However, they have a crushing victory on a 5 or a 6. Oh, it's a 4. We got the 5. 5 plus our 8 versus the 2 plus the 4. Paratroopers are gone. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do our hydroelectric dam. And remember, it is a water location. That's why I'm giving +1 to each. This one, though, we draw from the regular resistance deck. So let's draw our first one. And we have the soft U.S. Army Infantry. They are a 3 to our 8. Let's see what we get. 2 to a 2. We definitely defeated them. Now, they are a soft. They're considered soft, so I can play this Harvest Slaves. Play when your aliens win a fight against soft resistance. We turned those U.S. Army infantry into slaves, so that gives us +1 terror point. Beautiful. How often is that a beautiful thing? I don't know. When you're playing this game, that's the best part about this. Oh, we have U.S. Army paratroopers. When drawn, also place a paratrooper resistant counter in one other random space on the board section. Okay, so we'll place that in location 6. And then we have to fight them. They're only a 2, but remember, they win on a crushing victory of 5 or 6. Don't roll that. We have a 6. So that means we're going to lose one of our aliens. Location 6 is over here, and unfortunately, we lose one of these. Let's go ahead and fight again, though. We should be able to take them out. We're still a 4 compared to a 2. 4 to a 2. 4 to a 2. When we rolled a 6 compared to their 4, done. So that means we took out the U.S. Army paratroopers, and that means we have another Conquest token. That is another terror point. We currently have 8 terror points. That's pretty dang good. Let's go ahead and grab our location card, and we just have a general city. This will have a resistance of 3, and we'll get 3 victory points, which will put us at 11. That means then if we can take out the capital city, that's our 16. Okay, well, we'll put this here. We have to draw 3, and we have to fight the infantry. But we get to roll 2 blue dice and pick the best ones since we have this here, which is amazing. We'll start with an infantry of 3. We'll roll these up. We'll take the 2. We have 4 plus 3, which is 7, because this is not a water location. So 7 compared to the 4, infantry is gone. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and draw our first resistance card. Oh no, we have a rocket scientist. Adds plus D6 strength to the resistance. Roll this for once for the start of the fight. So let's go ahead and roll this so we can see what it is. It'll be a 4. So I'm going to put this here so I don't forget. So that's what our rocket scientist is. Our next one will be, because that is a hero, a 5. Woo! 5 plus 4 is 9, and that's compared to our 7. So I feel like it's a great time to play Dogfight. Play at the start of a fight before fight dice have been rolled to have both sides ignore their strength totals and resolve the fight using only your dice. And remember, we win on ties. So we're also rolling 2 blue compared to their 1 red. So let's see. We've got a 6, so that's a crushing victory compared to their 3. Beautiful. Just took these guys out. So that's our first one. We have to do 3 of these. Our second one, soft infantry. Yeah, only a 3. They roll a 3. We have a 3. We're at 7. Yeah, beautiful. 7 plus the 3 is 10. 3 plus 3 is 6. That's number 2 that's down. Let's see about number 3. Oh, we have a U.S. Army artillery. At the start of each fight round, roll a d6 for each alien in the same space and adjacent. That alien is destroyed on a roll of 1 or 2. So, okay, let's see how many aliens we have. We've got our warlords here, so that's 1, a regular alien here, and another alien here. So that's 3 dice. I've got 3 dice here. This one is for the alien warlord, this one is for the alien in our space, and this one's for the adjacent space. A 1 or a 2, they're destroyed. We rolled a 2 on this one, and I already forgot what that one is. I think that's the alien that's in our space. Yeah, so that one is going to be destroyed. That means this fight is a 4 to a 4. However, we get to roll 2 blue dice and take the better result. And we rolled a 5 or a 3, but he has a crushing victory of 6. And I unfortunately don't think I have anything that I can do to stop this. So that means we just lost our warlord's space stuff as well. Yeah, can roll extra fight dice and choose which one to use. Oh, man. That was just brutal. We were totally on par to take out that city, and then that barrage just took them out. So we have 1 card left in our hand. We will draw up, so that means we get to draw 3. We've got Martian Recon, Invasion Plans, and Second Wave. Those pesky humans. Let's go ahead and move to our resistance phase. We'll draw a card. Use until the start of the next resistance phase, all locations are +1 resistance. That's a beautiful one to cancel for this. I don't think so. Play to cancel any event card, or we could actually cancel human tech, but I feel like that's actually more helpful. We'll get rid of this. No one used any of their special abilities here, so I can go ahead and discard this. No location liberation. We're going to move the human track up. That means we're going to have to place out new tokens, 1 per board. Then we have to potentially do a move, a barrage if we have any, and then we'll roll for our technology breakthrough, which is going to be 2 dice. Let's go ahead and do that here. Oh, you can't see that. Let's go ahead and do it in our... I can't roll 2 dice on this. We'll roll 2 dice, and we get a 6. That means our first human tech is going to be drawn. These can be bad, you guys, real bad. We have long-range rockets. Humans, what are you doing? All barrage attacks now target up to 2 spaces away rather than just adjacent. Target acquired. Fire when ready. Oh, blasted, knowledgeable people. We did flip 1 barrage token, this artillery, so it's going to attack. It has a range of 2, but the only one that's in range is this alien unit. It's going to attack it on a 1 or a 2. It's going to be destroyed. We rolled a 5. Thank goodness. And then we did have these fighter planes. They also moved, and they moved in the same location as these paratroopers over here. And so what happens, since they moved into a location with another token, it got pushed into the capital city. And from what I understand, they don't move when they're in the center space. They'll stay here now, and we have to take out that before we can do the 3 encounters here. That's going to be brutal. Our total tear on the board is 1 on the card that we have from the Fishman, 2, 3, nothing here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need 16, so we need 8 more. Of course, 5 is coming from here, so we need 3 more before we take on the capital city. Let's go ahead and roll for our action points, and we're going to get 5 each. Wow, that's amazing. Fishman, well, let's have Fishman go first. First thing we're going to do is play the second wave for our first action. Play on any player, including yourself, to immediately place all of their destroyed aliens, including allies, back at their landing site. It states here that allies that are destroyed are placed in your alien pool like your other aliens and may be brought back into play as reinforcements. So I guess we never lose them as allies. That's amazing. We have 4 more actions left. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to take out this artillery for sure and hopefully draw something that we can take out here as well. We will draw for a location. We get a fishing village, so because why not? We have another water location. That means that's a 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's a 16. And then we need to roll a die here whenever we have our fight, which we'll have 2 of them. On a 1, 2, or 3, we will have a coastal fight. But what's great is we get +1, and yeah, we have to take on the artillery, but that's not the end of the world. We also get to roll 2 dice compared to the 1. We can grab the 4. That will definitely take out the artillery. So now we're drawing 2 cards, but we need 2 fights. 1, 2, or 3. Our first one will come from the coastal deck. We get the Navy fighter bombers. Deadly gets a crushing victory on a 5 or a 6. The Troon are just going to play We Come in Peace. Not play during the first fight of a battle to allow the aliens to automatically win that fight. This must be played before fight dice are rolled. Yeah, I don't want having this a 5 or a 6. We could potentially lose. So just got rid of that. Let's roll for our second one. It's a 6. That means a regular resistance card. We have an investigative reporter. It adds +2 strength at a radio location. That's not a radio location, but it might be helping a hard one. So let's go ahead and draw our card. And we have soft. Local police. So it's a +1, +2. That's a 3. And we'll roll our dice. 3 plus 3 is 6 compared to our 5 plus our 12. Yeah, we totally took that location out. Investigative reporter and local police, no chance. That will be our 10th terror point. We only need 6 more. We have 2 cards in hand. Let's go ahead and draw 2 more. And we have a We Come at Peace and another Gear Up. The Troon will start their turn by generating 1 alien menace token. That gives them a total of 5. Thank you, menacing bug eyes. We're then going to play this Search and Destroy card. This says play at any time to look at the top 3 cards of a resistance deck and then place them back in any order. We're going to go ahead and look at the general resistance cards because I might have a plan. We have a Forest Ranger. Forest location adds +1. We have an Angry Mob. And we have a local police. Awesome. So let's go ahead and put these two on top, followed by the local police. Because then what I'm thinking, with 5 actions, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a little bit risky, but we have a lot of menace tokens. And although the 5 terror points won't win us the game, we'll be 1 away, and then we will have defeated the capital city. We'll just need to take out 1 other location to win it. Our first fight will be against these fighter planes. They're at a 6, but here all resistances are +2 to their total strength total. So it's an 8. Now we have 2 ships, that's an 8, plus we have Dr. Zednar, that's 11. So it's 11 to 8. Let's go ahead and roll our dice. And we get a 4, they get a 3. That definitely means we can take out these fighter planes, no problem. Now, we have to take out a total of 3 fights. We know our first one is a forest ranger plus an angry mob. Our fishman will go ahead and play We Come in Peace. Play any time for that first fight, we can automatically win it. 1 down, 2 to go. We know the second one is just going to be local police, right? Yes. It's a 2 plus a 2, that's a total of 4. Oh, and I forgot, Dr. Zednar, because we did have 1 fight. Each time Dr. Zednar wins a fight, place an alien menace token here, and we can use them as normal. So he has 1 menace token. That second one, where we automatically won the fight, we didn't actually do the fight, so he doesn't get a second menace token. Let's now roll and see how we do. A 4 to a 4, we definitely have more than 4. For our local police, they are gone. Okay, don't forget, the Troon has this awesome warrior race ability. Use 1 alien menace token at any time to add +1 to your roll for ultimate toughness, or to your fight dice roll. This may result in a crushing victory. So because of that, I'm feeling pretty good about this. Let's go ahead and draw our final fight cards. Oh, we have a mathematician, and then we have another hero, an army scientist. So whenever you have more than 1 hero, you have to draw and resolve the top event card. And we have... this card plays as noted above. Play immediately. Captain Fantastic is now strength +4. Wow. Each player gains 1 menace token at the start of the command phase. Okay, so we're going to gain more menace tokens, but Captain Fantastic is now at a +4. I better not draw Captain Fantastic, because we still have to draw a 3rd card. No, we only have the U.S. Army tanks. So it's a 5, 6, 7. I don't think this is a tech location. We'll look. 8 plus 2, which is 10. This is not a tech location. So 10 to our total of 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. Whew, it's a close one. 10 to 11. Come on, dice. Come on, dice. We need you. We need you. And we rolled a 5 to a 2. Well, good thing we have 1, 2, 3. 3 more menace tokens we can use to bump this up to a 5. 5 to a 5 means we have enough to take them out. Thank goodness, and we now have claimed the capital city. That also means Dr. Zednar will gain another menace token. Now, something that I'm thinking about, do you guys know if I can activate that ability multiple times for a roll? I don't know. I'm going to play that I can. Let me know if I can't. I'll know for the future. If I can, I totally would have lost that. But that's okay. We'll just keep playing. That will end our turn. Let's go ahead. Oh, we get to draw cards. I'm going to discard this card in my hand. The Apocalypse is cool, but I want better cards. So we're going to draw 3 new cards then. We'll draw these 3 cards. We have Coordinated Attack, all part of the master plan, and Feeding on the Dead. Awesome. Let's go ahead and draw our resistance card, and we have no space stuff may be used until the start of the next resistance phase. Space stuff allies may not move or participate in fights. Oof, gross. Check for liberation. We don't have to worry about that. Move up on the human track. We'll move to a 4. That means we're going to need to spawn. Then we'll see if we need to move anything. And then our technology breakthrough is still at number 2. We're looking for no 6s. 2 1s. Great. We've placed our tokens. Unfortunately, this Marines pushed the fighter bombers over here. Now I want to make sure. Let's count how much terror we have. We have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, plus 1 is 15. Whew. So we are literally 1 away. And here's the thing. The Troon, fortunately, just got Feeding on the Dead. So as long as they get 2 or more actions, we can get +1 terror point and win the game. So let's go ahead and just roll our dice quick and see. Come on, Troon, roll more than 2. Beautiful. 2. Our the fishermen would get 1 menace token and roll. They got a 5. They got 5 actions, but they could just go first, drop that 16th terror point with feeding on the dead. After we killed everyone in the capital city, we would eat them all and win the game. Okay, this game, as you can see, there is very minimal strategy. There's a little bit. We took some chances putting aliens over. We got some aliens destroyed over there. I will say the game is very swingy, but when you just want to kill some humans, what I mean by that is it's just a lot of fun. You never really get to play as aliens in any other game that I can think of, and you are actually trying to take over the humans. It's so fun. It's something that my son just thinks is hilarious, and then when you fight Captain Fantastic, you can never feel so bad about seeing a hero, right? I love it. But yeah, overall, a great game, one that I pull out for a relaxing and enjoyment. I would say I play it usually with 2 to 3 players at the most because, you can't really do much on other players' turns, so it can get kind of boring just sitting there. 2 works great. I find that to be really good, and I also enjoy solo. And you could play with just 1 alien set. We wouldn't have to play with 2. I just kind of wanted to show you that. So that was Conquest of Planet Earth. I'm still not sure about if the Troon really should have been able to take out the city, but that's okay. I at least showed you how the game played. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll catch you at the next stop.